Hey everybody, and welcome back to Angling Archaeology. Now, if you watched my last video, you noticed that I found a bunch of old school lures at various locations. Estate sales, mom and pop tackle shops, and while it's great and fine and dandy to find those things in the wild, it's even better to fish them. So in this episode, we're going to take some of those old school lures out on the water and see how they do. Now, we have 2 different days, and I'm going to tell you right now what a difference a day makes. Stick around, watch to see if these lures stand the test of time. Show, but not a little show for us. There you are, folks. Rebel ringworm right there. Got this grape chartreuse color. If I can get it out, well, let me get it out, but there you go. You get to see it. Not bad. Good way to start your day. There we go. Say goodbye. So what we just caught that on was the Rebel ringworm right here. And you got this kind of grape with the chartreuse tail. And I use nothing more than just a little Ned head. That's all you need. These are super lightweight. I mean, they're gonna be pretty slow sinking, so you kind of need a little bit of weight up top to kind of get this down in the water. But effective lure, perfect for a little farm pond, or not even farm pond, neighborhood pond like this, or a farm pond, wherever you wanna go, small pond. But there it is. Let's try another color, see what works best. All right, so here are some of the colors that we're working with here. Obviously the fish that I just caught that on was the kind of grape pattern with the chartreuse. We've also got this one right here. And this is the quote unquote rainbow ringworm right here. And this is a yellow and black. We're gonna try that one next. And then we've got another one here that's a brown and black. I think that one's gonna be great in the stained water. This is a really deep red, kind of like a cherry red. Not quite methylate, but kind of somewhere in that ballpark of that. They'll be fun to try. And then my personal favorite, catches everything every single time. No thrills color, but just a normal black worm will catch really anything at all. I mean, they don't know what it is. It's a leech, little fish, something. They have no idea what's in the water. To them, it's just a shadow. It's a reaction bite. They're getting excited about it. So would almost guarantee that I catch something on this. But let's try these other colors too and see which is best. All right, so I'm doing the right thing right here. Fishing at the absolute hottest part of the day. It's like 1 o'clock. It's 100 degrees. Not super ideal, but I think for any kind of farm pond, doesn't matter. I mean, if they're hungry, they're gonna go for it. So let's toss this one in. Here's the yellow and black, and well, we'll see if it catches fish. I don't know. All right, well, they're not loving the black and yellow, so let's just let's try another color, see what happens. All right, it was a slow go with the black and yellow, so we're gonna try my favorite, just straight up black one right here. As I mentioned before, we've got it rigged up with a little Ned head, just like this, super simple. It's gotta be a fish catcher. Let's throw it out there, see what happens. All right, so I'm finessing these ringworms till I'm red in the face, and well, it's probably just my body overheating, but we're gonna try something a little bit different. We're gonna take out something else from the estate sale. I'm thinking maybe try to get a reaction bite, which you wouldn't think would work, but maybe it will, I don't know. I mean, I see them moving a little bit, so maybe that's what they need. And I've had a lot of success with topwater, so maybe we can try that as well too. I've noticed topwater can really work any time of the day. I know that morning and evening it really shines, but at a pond like this where they've got nowhere to go, it's worth a shot. So in the last video, if you remember, we have this Big O right here, and I think this is probably one of the best crankbaits on the market, ever made, produced. I mean, these are fantastic lures. This one might be a little bit big for this lake, but you know, maybe they're looking for that reaction bite. I don't know. You just have to throw everything. You throw the kitchen sink at them and try to find something. So let's put it out there. Let's see if maybe, you know, the chase is on. We'll find out here in just a second. So let's try this. If not, then we're going to try another one, which I think is going to be pretty exciting. We're going to do some top water. If you've never seen the Big O's action in the water, let's just take a look at this real quick so you can see it. But I mean, great wiggles. You can tell right there. You might be able to see it a little bit better because it's got that fluorescent orange, that really bright craw pattern. All right, we're gonna try a few more casts with the Big O. Not getting any success, but that's pretty much to be expected when it's super hot outside, especially in the middle of the day. You know, these fish are like us. They don't want to do anything when it's really hot. They want to relax. They want to probably suspend down at the bottom and not do any activities. So gotta keep where it's cool like we do. So let's toss out a few more times. If there's no luck, we'll try some top water and see if that's the ticket. I don't know, we'll find them, maybe, who knows. All right, folks, so here's the moment that we've all been waiting for, at least that I've been waiting for, and that's the top water. And I figured, hey, we've had minimal success with worms, not really with crankbaits. Like I said, it's the middle of the day, but I think this top water is going to be the action right here. And this is something I've never fished before. This is a Mr. Twister top prop, very cool. And what you do with this, I mean, basically just props the top like, you know, any kind of whopper plopper or something like that would do, but it's just, you know, a larger version of that. And then you put a little grub right here. And I figured, hey, no better time to bring out these old school Fleck goby grubs that were sent in by Eric from Fishing with Big E. So, hey, let's pop these puppies on. Let's toss this top prop out and see if we can't find a bass or two. So here's the action. I mean, you can see, just like a whopper plopper, this is really, really cool. That's got to catch something, right? All right, so before I throw this out, let me just show you real quick what it looks like. At least this is the way that I have it. But you can make it weedless if you want to. I might do that. Or, I mean, you can leave it dangling. I don't know, I've never read the back of the package before. But I do know that you put a grub on this like this. So this is kind of the setup that we've got right here. It may just look like a little minnow is chasing this prop, whatever this is. The fish don't know what the heck's going on, you know? So I'm gonna throw it like this for a minute. And then since we don't have a whole lot of garbage in the water, and you know, if that doesn't work, then maybe we'll plop it over green muck and we'll go weedless and see if that works. All right, so what do I think about the top prop? Well, I'll tell you right now, absolutely love it. This thing is definitely gonna be in the tackle box. It's gonna be a go-to. The action's fantastic. Now, do you need this? Probably not. If you're in cover, yeah, put that on. And here's the way that I would do that, is just kind of slap it to the very end of the hook like that to make it weedless. And that's probably your best bet. But in my opinion, less is more. Take that off. If you're in open water, just throw it like this, and it's got incredible action. It's fantastic. 100%, I'll be using this a lot more. Now, the clouds are moving in, a little bit of wind, so it's only 165 degrees outside, not 195 like it was 20 minutes ago, and it's hotter and steamier than Bert's breath out here. So I figure let's just go with what we know, and that's when it's hot out and the fish aren't biting, finesse. Soft plastics, let's put some more ringworms on, or maybe even the goby grub, maybe even downsize a little bit more. That's what I might do. It's just fish with this little goby grub and see if that might be the action they're looking for. And then we'll try maybe two more of those ringworms and just, you know, see if we get some luck. I'd really like to try that red color. I think that'd be a lot of fun one. That'd be a fun one to try. So, see, the sun's melting my brain right now. It is just, it's hot. That's what I'm telling you. It's just warm outside. So, let's put a hook on, finesse these puppies, and we can catch one or two more, you know? I think so. All right, we're gonna try a couple more soft plastics. We're gonna try the one that Fishing with Big E got me. This is the Fleck goby grub. If this doesn't catch fish, then, I mean, honestly, I don't know what will. So let's throw it out there. The sun's back out, the wind stopped, so, well, slight breeze. So nice and muggy again. Perfect. Perfect. Finally, Goby Grub produces. Now, may not be setting any world records with this puppy, but you know, better than nothing. All right, moving down the line here. Now we're gonna try these really nice bright red ringworms right here. So we've had success so far on this Fleck Goby Grub and this kind of, I'm gonna call it like a grape chartreuse curly tail. So let's see if this red, if we got any luck. Let's just take a look at this color in the sun. Incredible. That is awesome. Well, I hope it catches a bass. Well, for the past 15 minutes, I finally resulted to using hot dogs. I figured, hey, we got a little pond back here. You know, who doesn't love hot dogs? You know, Ballpark Franks? I mean, come on now. Well, I'll tell you who doesn't love hot dogs. Every single thing that's swimming in this water, catfish, bass, nobody will take it. No one's biting on it. I'm seeing catfish literally swirl and school up, and I still cannot get a bite. I mean, all around me. But that's all right. You know what that tells me? Is if they're not biting on this, which this should be a surefire thing, well, then that's my cue to go ahead and call it for a day. You know what? Maybe not wear the Budweiser hat, but maybe have a couple ones myself and find a place to cool off and just relax for a little bit. So I'll tell you what, folks, let's try this again. Maybe we'll try it again, maybe in the morning or in the evening, and see if we got some better luck. I will say though, I've fished all these things before except for the top prop. I guarantee that's a fish catcher, but I've fished ringworms dozens and dozens of times and they've always produced. They're a fantastic worm. So the fact that they even caught a couple in these harsh conditions, but a hot dog wouldn't even work, you know that's a good lure. So if you run across them, buy them. They're great worms, fantastic. Get a little bit of weight on those, make sure they sink down because they do float. They're light worms. But that's gonna do it. Whew. Well, what did we learn day one? Well, I didn't do myself any favors, that's for sure. Starting off by fishing at the absolute hottest part of the day. Wasn't a whole lot of wind. It was literally 100-something degrees outside with the heat index and everything else. And most of the day was bluebird skies, although we did have a little bit of cloud cover coming and going. Now, day two is going to be completely different. I need you guys to watch this. We're going to have a drastic drop in temperature. There's going to be more cloud cover, more ripple in the water. Is that going to make a difference? Well, I guess you're just going to have to watch and see. Oh, yes. Oh, second cast. Love it. Man, that's a nice bass, too. There you have it. Right there. Second cast. Oh, he's been caught before. You can tell. Look at that. Hopefully that's focused in there. Second cast with the top prop. That came right out. You can tell he's been caught before. But fantastic. Conditions are a little better today. Not as hot. It's overcast. Got a little ripple in the water. I think that makes all the difference in the world. So I knew this thing's going to be a fish catcher. Let's throw it out there and try to get one more. Look at this monstrosity. I don't know what happened here. Yowzers. Okay. 10 minutes later, had to completely retie that back on. Not sure how that got so tangled up, but hey, caught a bass. Knew this thing would work. Let's get another one. Conditions seem right. Be nice if we get something just a little bit bigger. I'll take anything, really. Oh, by the way, too, I should mention this. You guys do whatever you want. My personal opinion, if you're fishing with topwater, I always use braid. It just gives you that extra insurance. It's tough, floats on the water. It's just, in my opinion, a better line to use than, you know, any kind of mono or fluoro or whatever. You know, the Seagar has its time and place, in my opinion, you know, for all your crankbaits and, you know, everything kind of subsurface, but I pretty much only use braid for topwater. And it's awesome too for getting out of muck. So if you're, you know, on top of lily pads or whatever else, you know, it'll get that extra strength to get that fish, you know, out of the weeds, more or less. So I may have scared the other ones. Oh, awesome. Did we get this caught up again? Yes. Sweet. I would hate for this to not be caught up. What in the heck is going on here? What did I do here? Man, what is going on? Here's another 5 minutes. This is brutal. Love the action. Hate the fact that if you notice, there's a little bit of a gap right here, and that's what happens. It just gets caught up in that gap. Okay, I'm not even gonna mess with that. I'm just gonna cut it. Here we go. Great conditions, overcast. Little bit of chop on that water. Not 130 degrees today, which is amazing. Got a slight little sprinkle going on. I'm just liking it. This is good for top water. This is good for your spinner baits. It's really good for any kind of lure, but just a nice little strike right over here. Let's see if we can get him again. We're gonna do the top prop. A few more casts. I think we might be able to get one more. I've had a couple hits on it, but I'm also, you gotta get back to old trusty, which is this ringworm. Here we go. Ringworm, rain. I mean, it's gotta make it happen, right? Just right there, super finesse. We're not doing anything. Oh, and just like that, literally first cast, ringworm. How about that, folks? See? Gosh, every time. Well, not every time, didn't happen last time, but so there you go, folks. You got the Rebel ringworm. Well, probably quarter-pound bass, but hey, better than no bass. But that was the first cast, literally the first cast. All right, I'm getting ready to take out of here. It's starting to come down pretty good, but I gotta try at least for one more. Let's see if that bass go tells. There we go. There's another one right there. First cast. See, that's what I love about this. You got a lot of muck in the water. It's right there, right there. Boom. Oh, look at this bluegill. See, this thing will catch literally everything. So there you go. Ringworm, bluegill. Not the most exciting thing in the world, so we'll throw him back, but this color and this stained water it's it. It's all you need. They don't know what it is, just like that. Every single cast. Now, okay, we're running into bluegill. That's not what I wanted, but seriously, every single cast. I gotta tell you, what a difference a couple days make. I couldn't buy a bite a few days ago, and I mean, it's on today. But I'm gonna get going. Got some things to do, but I'm just gonna do one more cast and see if we can't just find a bass before we go. You don't want to end on a bluegill, you know? There it is. That's a good way to end it right there. Just like that. Little summertime finesse right there. Ringworm. Great little bass. Look, these have all been caught before. You can tell by their lip. You can see it on his lip right there. But, well, that's gonna do it. I'm getting soaked and it's time to go. Thanks for playing, buddy. Well, see what a difference a day makes, right? Well, what did we learn in this video? Well, first and foremost, the ringworm produces every time in any condition. Even day one, when a hot dog wouldn't even work. You can catch anything with a hot dog. Didn't work, you know what did? Ringworm, right here. This is an awesome, light, finesse style worm right here. Now they come in a whole bunch of different sizes before somebody corrects me on that. Now there is larger ringworms and whatever else. But this particular one that I have for sale on eBay is a perfect little downsized option that would work awesome in the summertime. Really anytime. Great little worm. I suggest putting it on a little Ned head like what I did and just finesse it. You don't have to do a whole lot. Less is more. Let the worm do the action. It's awesome in the water. So speaking of that, folks, If you're interested, I still have some of these left on eBay. Only a few left. Most of them sold out. I've just got a handful left. If you want them, I highly suggest you get them fast before they're gone. And really, quite frankly, when are you going to find these new on card like this? I mean, they're on eBay, but most of them are super expensive. I've priced them lower so you guys can afford them and fish them and have fun with them, collect them, cast them, whatever you want to do. These are great worms. Like I said, new on card. Not going to find these. And once they're gone, they're gone. And unless I run across another mom and pop tackle shop somewhere that has a whole bunch collecting dust, but I don't know if that's going to happen. So I would suggest if you want some of these, get on them sooner than later. Well, that's going to do it for this episode of Angling Archaeology, where we unearth the good old days. I want to thank you all for watching, liking, subscribing. If you haven't done so already, please do like and subscribe. It's free. You know, that's a good thing. And then you can get a little bell notification for the mediocre content that I put out, and you know, you guys can enjoy it. So those who do like and subscribe, thank you so much. I really appreciate everybody who likes and comments and writes in and everything else. It's fantastic. The fishing community is just outstanding, and can't thank you all enough. So until next time, folks, well, I guess we'll see you on the water, or maybe an estate sale. I don't know. We'll see you somewhere. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching Angling Archaeology, where we unearth the good old days. Don't forget to like and subscribe.